What is going on, my dynamic duels? It's Dynamic Yugioh here, and welcome to my updated FA deck profile for the March 2018 format. Now, this is going to be the last video I do before I go away on holiday, and don't worry guys, I'll still be uploading on my holiday, I'll make sure of that, but this is going to be the last medieval upload that I ever upload, and I know I promised you guys I'll be back, and I'd come back with an actual good upload. But I couldn't get a hold of anything to be able to upload a good upload yet. But when I go over, you'll be seeing a lot more of, how you say, diverse content with openings and discussions. So I'll be talking a bit more about Pendulum Magician. I'll be talking a bit about this deck, about Monster Reborn and its relevancy. And also I'll be talking about the kind of the new band list that will be coming out in April. And a bunch of other things that you guys will have to look forward to. And also, I am taking this deck to a locals over when I go over on holiday. So this is the build I'm going to be running, and if it's a good build, then obviously I can deck profile it again, as only if you guys want to, and I'll be even more in depth in that one. But for this profile, I will go through my card choices and I'll explain to you the reasons why I play them, and also give you a bit of in-depth insight on how this deck actually runs. And also, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and also comment down below as well what kind of videos you want me to make and what kind of advice you want me to give you. And also, I'm always open to suggestions on video suggestions. So people have asked me if they can do a video, if I can do a video like pendulums, as I explained, which I'm going to be doing. Also, we'll be doing something on zodiacs to be able to explain that zodiac calories combo that I had done. But this deck here is actually one of the best builds and one of the best decks I've ever played with. It's honestly, it's absolutely insane. I'm also getting together a 60 card Dino Infernoid deck for you guys, so you guys will have that to look forward to. I've been testing that like rigorously, and at the minute it's just absolutely insane. As long as you open up that Grass and Solar Tongue Overraptor, your opponent pretty much might as well just scoop, because it's absolutely insane. But anyway, let's get on with the deck profile. Let's stop me rambling on. For your FA monsters, of course, nothing much has changed. Triple Hang On Mac, triple Whip Crosser, and also double Auto Navigator. These are your FA monsters you want to be running in the deck. And FA Whip Crosser is your Trickstar of the deck. Essentially, it's essentially your Trickstar of the deck, because your opponent must pay 300 life points every time I try and activate a monster effect whose level or rank is lower than its card. FA Auto Navigator is essentially Terraforming and Destrudo in one. So this card allows you to edit your FA monsters levels. So say you had an FA Auto Navigator in your hand and an FA Whip Cross on the field with around level 7, you can activate Auto Navigator to special summon it to reduce this down to 4 to make this card level 3, and then you can use this effect to out of field spell and then synchro these into your Ancient Fairy Dragon or whatever level 7 that you preferred around the deck, and then you can go from your combo plays from there. The only must I would push everyone to be running in the extra deck is the Ancient Fairy Dragon, because it can pop off so many combos. It's just absolutely insane. Your Hang On Mac is your normal summonable Dark Law, so as soon as you get up to its God level, it becomes Dark Law. So obviously, God level is level 7 for all the FA monsters. Its top effect is pretty good as well, allowing it to be unaffected by opponent's monster effects whose level or rank is lower than this card, so it does stop Cyber Dragon Infinity and stuff like that. As long as you get up to level 12, it's unaffected by anything. But against Cyber Dragon Infinity, your opponent cannot take this, because as if you have City, they can't target for one, but if you have this card up to level 7, they can't target it either, because it's unaffected by card effects. And yeah, that is it for the FA monsters. The reason why I play triple Whip Crosser as well is because I've seen people play 2, but I think 2 is just too little for this deck, because you need a lot of FA names in this deck for this deck to actually function properly. So those are your FA monsters. For your next probably the second best engine in this deck is the triple symphonic warriors, guitars, and the double mics. This engine is just absolutely insane, allowing you to pitch any dead card from your hand to be able to special summon a walking double summon, and also it's a level 5, so it helps you go into your Cyber Dragon, Nova, and Infinity, so it's absolutely insane for that reason. And also the normal summon effect of guitar does come in often when you go into Cyber Dragon Nova with this card. If you detach the special summon, or if you detach use Infinity's effect, you can normal summon this and then special summon this back to recycle it, which makes it extremely good. And the synergy with this card is just that, because these are all wind machines, and when Great Fly comes out in Flames of Destruction, I'll be swapping out Cleave Genius for a Great Fly, because you're running mainly winds in this deck, so that card would be very beneficial in this deck. So that is the Symphonic Warrior engine. The next engine you want to run is the 2 Thoroughblade. I took out the Catalyst and I ended up putting in 2 Thoroughblade, because the Thoroughblade is just a really good normal summon to pitch and a good special summon to pitch, and also it's a Beast Warrior Earth 1600 attack, so it's got good stats, but Zodiac Thoroughblade is absolutely needed in this deck, because you also need to help you draw power. The last kind of engine you run in this deck is double Crystal Rosenix and 1 Crystal Quan. This is a very budget build as well for you budget players out there. You can play the Cockadoodle-Doo build, which is a bit more expensive, but Crystal Rosenix, Crystal Quan has really good synergy in this deck, because the Rosenix will be able to pop your field spell for the special on a Quan to then go into your synchro plays. And also you can banish Rosenix and a special one token to help you with either Link summons or obviously your synchro summons. So that is it for your main engines of the deck. For the 1-elves, you want to play 1 Speedboard Passing Glider. This is your first turn of Cyber Dragon. This just helps you speed up the process of getting into Nova and into Infinity. You also want to play 1 Cyber Dragon, because it's a really good card to be able to splash someone on your second turn. And also, if you go second, you open up this and this. This can also act as a scale, as a low scale. So multiple uses for Speedboard Passing Glider. But Cyber Dragon, also level 5, but you can splash someone from Cyber Dragon Nova by foolishing it if you already have a way of getting into Nova. I play 1 Hackworm, because Performance Hat Trigger, when I was testing it, wasn't actually that beneficial than Hackworm, because Hackworm is just a very easy special summon level 1 to go into your synchro monsters, and also it's a machine, so it's got absolutely amazing synergy in this deck. The only non-machines are the Thoroughblades and the Destrudo. Those are the only non-machine type monsters, but the Destrudo will help you get into your Beals as well, so it makes the Destrudo extremely viable in this deck. And that is it for your monsters, guys. You're playing around 20 monsters. This is a 41 card deck. The main deck is extremely tight. You can't really take anything out without ruining the actual synergy with the deck. So you can probably take out the Pot Desires, to be honest, but to be honest, the monster lineup is really solid in my personal opinion. Next, for your field spells, you want to play triple FA Off-Road Grand Prix and triple City Grand Prix. This is all up to personal preference, but I would suggest that you must run the Triple City Grand Prix, because it's a really good protection card for your FAs. And also, the off-road isn't actually essential in this deck. You can run like circuits instead, though I'd only run 1 circuit, because you do want to increase during the main phase. And also, off-road has a really gimmicky effect of when your opponent destroys FA monster you control by battle, you can discard 1 random copy of your opponent's hand. And they both have the same bottom effect, is that if this card is destroyed, you can take 1 FA card from your deck and then add it to your hand. And they both have the same top effect of increasing during the main phase by 2. FA City, of course, does it by both main phase and battle phase. So those are the field spells. For your quick plays, you want to play the triple Pit Stop and the triple FA Test Run. These cards are absolutely insane. Pit Stop here being both Pot of Greed, Jar of Greed, Pot of Greed, then Card of Demise, and then also banishing to become a monster reborn, and then Test Run, essentially becoming your Raigeki Break, and then be able to pop card on your field, then a special one, an FA monster from your deck to then extend your combo plays. And the best thing about it is that they're both quick plays, so you can do it on your opponent's turn as well. And if you want, you can take out a Pit Stop to put in an FA Downforce, because it's a really good combo to be able to go FA Downforce and then go to Pit Stop, so you're not losing any levels. And also, because there are bottom effects here, you can only use each effect once per turn, which means you can flip Test Run, pop a card on your opponent's field, banish it, pop a card on your field, then special one FM monster from your deck, which is absolutely insane. And it's the same with Pit Stop. You can use its effect to draw cards, and then you can also use its Monster Reborn effect, which is absolutely insane. So those are it for your quick plays, your archetype specific cards. Let's go on to the Zodiac stuff. Zodiac Barrage, triple Zodiac Barrage is absolutely essential in the deck. Even if you don't end up using all three, you can always pitch one off of Thunderblade, so then you can increase your draw power. And it's also a good fodder for a test run to be able to pop. You also run around one Foolish Burial to dump pretty much everything to the grave. One double summon, because I always like to have like at least 3 double summons in a deck like this, because your normal summons really count. One Monster Reborn, absolutely essential in pretty much any deck now. One Soul Charge, again absolutely essential. And then lastly, I play one Pot of Desires. I don't run multiple copies because Pot of Desires is really risky in this deck. I'd only run one, if not none, but Pot of Desires is actually really good in this deck. It's helped me a lot to get into my combo pieces. There are times though it does become a -9. That's only if I activate it without going through my combo plays. So I go through my combo plays. I analyze the situation to see if I can go into Pot of Desires, and if I can't, I won't, and I'll wait until next turn. So that is it for the main deck, guys. We run no traps because traps are stupid. Traps are so slow. They don't deserve to actually be run in any sort of deck because they're too slow. Anyway, for the side deck, you got your tokens there. You run triple Ghost Ogre. I need to pull 2. I need to get 2 Ghost Ogre from the 2 legendary card collections. I'm going to be getting. Oh, spoilers! I'm going to be getting 2 card collections when I'm over on my holiday. So hopefully those will fill the spaces, and hopefully, or either I'll get 1 Ogre and an Ash, in which I'll put an Ogre and an Ash, but 3 Ogre, because I believe Ogre is actually best of all the hand traps, because it gets rid of the problem instead of just Ash being negating and having them on the field to do it next turn. Ogre gets rid of it, so it doesn't come up on the end. You want to play 2 Artifact Lancey for the Mech Knight Invoked, Trickstar, and also the Dino deck. You also want to play 1 Contacting Sea for pretty much any deck that requires archetype-specific cards, like Pendulum Magician. I take in 1 What Can I Puppeteer. This card is actually really good against certain matchups when they require link monsters in the extra monster zone, or when they require monsters in the extra monster zone to be able to give them extra space in their main monster zone. So that's what makes this card really good. This is the reason why I only play 1, because it's not too great, but I would side it in with the Artifact Lances and the Contacting Sea just to put in the whole disruption package in there. And there's the hand traps. I also side in 1 Scarlight and 1 High Speed Roy Kendama. The reason why I put these in is because I do have my action space is extremely tight. So if I find that in game 2 I would need one of these, except bar the True of All Calamities, then obviously I would side them in. But that's why I keep them in the side deck, because Scarlet isn't actually that great, but this might become an Omega. And High Speed Roy Kendama it's got actually quite a bit of synergy to be able to go into a 6 and then into a 7. So go into this and then go into an Ancient Fairy. So it's kind of just fodder really. But yeah, side those 2 in for specific matchups. 2 Cosmic Cyclone for the True Draco matchup and the Pendulum Magician matchup. Double Nature's Reflection for the Pendulum Magician FTK, Gemini FTK, Trickstars, and also Chainburn. It just says no to those decks, and it's a really good tech card to be running. I definitely recommend playing this card. And the last 2 cards here, of course, are 2-dimensional Barrier to basically say shut off the Pendulum and also end their turn as they stand. And you can also play. It's also really good against the Mech Knight Invoke deck by flipping Cold Fusion, of course, and also against ABC. So that is it for your side deck, guys. Let's go on to the extra deck. Extra deck is extremely tight. There is quite a bit in the extra deck that I will actually change. Mainly the Cleave Genius being another underclock taker, because I like to have a few more generics rather than the Cleave Genius, because of course I like to use my extra monster zone for the Ancient Fairy, and then I go into Underclock Taker and I end up using Underclock Taker to like steal from Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then I end up putting like Beals in my extra monster zone, and then I can't go into another Underclock Taker off Beals. So that's why I prefer to run 2 Underclock Taker. But Cleave Genius is really good, especially with the Soul Charge. I run 1 Proxy Dragon, which in my opinion would be better if it was machine, because it would be splashable in Cyber Dragon instead of that really bad looking Cyber Dragon Zyger, which I will be doing a big discussion video on, because I just find that card triggering, because I don't like it. It's just rubbish for Cyber Dragons. Next you play Clara and Rushka, the Ventrilo duo. This card does come up a lot, especially when you need it to go into your Ningirasu. So what the whole combo is, you go Cleafort, Underclock, Clara and Rushka, and then you use Underclock and Clara and Rushka to go into Ningirasu. Or you use Cleafort to go into Proxy Dragon, then you go into Clara and Rushka, and then you use Proxy Dragon and Clara and Rushka to go into, or you use Clara and Rushka and the Cleafort to go into Ningirasu. And it does come up a lot. You just need to make sure you have a non-summon monster that you can use it to link someone, then go into Ningirasu. And your last link monster you play in the deck is the one Zephyr Metaltron. Zephyr Metaltron is really good in this deck, just to kind of also open up link spaces, but it's also really good to be able to recycle your resources, of course. But to be honest, I may cut this out, I may not, but it's still a really good card overall. It's been getting a lot of hype recently as well, so Zephyr Metaltron is definitely a really good card to consider in the deck. Next for your synchros, you want to play Dull, FA Motorhome Transport, one Trishula, definitely one Trishula, one Beals, one Ancient Fairy Dragon, and also lastly one Crystron Emitrix. The FA Motorhome Transport is absolutely insane. It becomes a Beals when it's as soon as it's level 11, and also as soon as it's level 13 it becomes a Beals plus a monster reborn for your FA monsters. And since it's level 9, it's a really big body to get over originally, but if you can keep on increasing its level, this is an absolute amazing, an absolutely massively disruptive card to actually get over. The Trishula, of course, because it's a really good disruptive card to be able to go against pretty much any deck that utilizes hand traps and or the graveyard. Beals is just, you can splashable in any deck. To be honest, it's just, Beals is just really good as long as you have Destrudo in the deck. The Beals is must. Ancient Fairy is again pretty much self-explanatory, because you can pop your field spells. Crystron Matrix to be able to go into Cyber Dragon Nova a bit more quicker, and also is really good to go into with the Crystron Quan, because what you can do if you brick with Crystron Quan and the level 4 monster, you can summon the Quan, then wait into your opponent's battle phase, and then synchro into the Matrix, and then disrupt their battle phase on that turn, and then if it's short, you can special summon a Crystron monster from your grave, so you can special summon the Rosenix or the Quan to be able to recycle your resources. But that is actually it for your synchros. Lastly, for the XYZs, you want to play one Nova, one Infinity, and lastly, you want to play one True King of All Calamities. The True King of All Calamities is actually really good in this deck. I mean, I don't bring it out too often. It's kind of a card to be there as an option, but it's a good card overall, and I definitely recommend you guys trying to tech in that card, or try and make some sort of build to be able to turbo out your Drink of All Calamities. Since the whole deck is wind, you can potentially put in the True Draco Phoenix in the deck. However, I wouldn't exactly test that out, because you kind of need your FA monsters. But you can, again, this is all personal preference. You guys can play what you want in the deck. But anyways, guys, that is it for my FA deck profile. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video. And again, leave a like and comment down below if you are really liking these kind of videos, like the kind of tier 2-ish kind of decks that I'm making to show for you guys. And also, don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed already. I do try and push out content every week. Next week, however, I may not have any content. I'm just letting you guys know. But again, please smash that like button. Let's try and hit for 40 likes on this video. I know we can do it. And also, thank you guys so much for the support. We've almost hit 50 subscribers, and I couldn't do it without you guys. Really, you guys are pulling this channel along. And also, you seem to also like the 6 Samurai profile, so I'll bring out a 6 Samurai profile out for you guys eventually once I finish the deck. But anyways, enough of me rambling on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!